happiness, we find the hope, the goals in our life. To understand what makes us happy is very critical. And as you've broken down really well, not just highlighting what makes you smile, what makes you happy, but going deeper. Why? Why does it make me smile? Why effectively do I feel a chemical change in the body that makes me smile? The more we understand that, the better, obviously. But it is a tool and a proponent in moving forward in our life and setting the pace, writing the program, creating the system, setting the goals, knowing your wants and needs. And in happiness, a lot of people fluff it up like it's clouds, like it's something you can't really grab. It's ethereal. It's not really something that's tangible, but we create happiness. It is the physical choices. It is the emotional capacity and how you want something or don't want something. It is the gesture, as we mentioned earlier, is like freedom. It can be very tangible, like designer shoes. It can be very tangible, like a loving relationship. But it can also be affluent. It could be something less tangible and more of a mindset, a belief. This makes me happy because it's a belief. My spiritual guidance, for example, makes me happy because I believe I'm getting more support, or God is there for me because I know now that there is some higher authority. It takes some of the pressure off of me, right? Or whatever, to whatever degree. And so we take the physical, emotional, and spiritual justification of what makes us happy, and we write the program then to what it is we truly want and need in this life. And most of us will cut ourselves short. We'll say, oh, well, I just need food, shelter, and water, but there's much more to what your actual needs would be to create that happiness in your life. And if you're targeting the happiness, well, then that's the platform that you're building on, so to speak. This is all foundational work here that we're doing right now in development, personal development. But we have to be able to build a strong foundation to secure anything that we want to build on top of that foundation. And so knowing what makes us happy is critical. And then we take that critical element, we'll call it the cement that we're going to mix into the foundation, and then we apply it to the other things to create that really powerful foundation, the wants and the needs. So it's not just food, shelter, and water. If that's all we ask for, then that's all you get. Don't expect much more. The universe is dialed into you. You are an extension and are equivalent to all things in creation. And so it's as easy as saying what you want, what you need, writing it down to program the body conscious, to help support the emotional conscious. It all is much easier in that system of creating the wants and needs when you know what makes you happy. That is what feeds into it. Because if our objective was just to make money, for example, well, then you might make a lot of money if all of your wants and needs are targets to hit money. But then so what if you're miserable, depressed, or if you can't be in a relationship with somebody, or you're working 70 hours a week? That's where a lot of people come to me as they get older and they're like, gosh, I'm successful. I've done all this and had a great life. Everything was great. And then all of a sudden, my addictions took over and my wife left me, or I started cheating on my husband because I wasn't satisfied in myself, and there's all these different things that we'll do to self-sabotage because we thought all of our wants and needs were based on something that was tangibly supportive for us. But nothing is going to be more supportive or motivating to get to those targets of the wants and needs than what simply just makes you happy. Involving those things that make you happy in every day of your life and every objective of your life, you will absolutely not only be happier, and as a target, we're going to come right under it sometimes, and we're going to deal with traumas, and we're going to deal with pain, and we're going to get left curveballs thrown at us by the universe that we have to contend with. But as long as the focus is happiness, then we have way more support to be able to hit the ball out of the park, no matter how it's thrown, no matter what the universe serves us. And so it's critical to know what makes us happy so that we have that derivative and this solid foundation of building forward what it is we're actually going to do. What are our wants and needs?
Yeah.
What does that look like? How does that feel for us? And then what truly is going to make us happy no matter what? We'll keep evolving. We'll keep changing what makes us happy as we do, right? Just like you're not happy with the same things you were happy with when you were 8. It's just simply not the case. And some of those things you still are happy with.
Mhm.
And so we take those things that have been lifetime happiness
Yeah.
givers, and we apply those to the wants and needs. And so moving forward, that's exactly what our target is. Okay. Do you have any questions about happiness and the directive of happiness?
I don't think so. I love that you call it writing the program. Like you're literally programming with the
Hmm.
universe on what to provide for you. Like
Hmm.
that's so powerful because I feel like otherwise, to your point, how can the universe give you what you need if you don't know what you need?
Exactly. And that's a very big point. It's massive. It is the guiding light. It's the headlight on the front of the train. Like once we get this moving, whatever our goals, intention is for wants and needs, the universe, especially with needs, is going to meet us halfway.
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever you need, whatever you're saying you need, the universe is already like, oh, well, you need it. So here it is. All you have to do is grab it. The wants are going to be something a little more out there, a little more breaking of the glass ceiling, because we want to aim as big as we can.
Yeah.
Knowing that we may not get all of those things, well, then there's no reason not to aim as high as you can. And
Right.
so, in writing that program, you also want to take into account that you know you want to leave room for the stressors of life and the potential traumas that might come up or anything like that. Most people are going to say, oh no, you just focus on the directness of what's to come, and that's what you get. But no, you aim way higher, knowing that that's going to be really tough to get to. And even if you question the universe's authenticity or availability or God's availability to give to you in that way, that's just part of it. We're going to question it within ourselves far more. We're always going to underdog ourselves. We're always going to say, oh, well, I don't know if I could do it. Well, I don't know if I'm that smart. Well, I don't know if I could manifest all of that. And so we aim really high to start reprogramming our physical, emotional, and spiritual consciousness to say, yes, okay, universe, you're going to set it out there. I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
And not only that, you put it up here, I'm going to jump and grab it. Like, let's
Mhm.
go. you know
Yeah.
so
Yeah. That's well, and I think that's kind of the poignant difference too between, to your point, of needs versus wants. It's like obviously we need very basic fundamental things,
do we?
but it's it's great to kind of envision the things that the universe can give in the same exact regard with what you want instead of just what you need.
Mhm.
So that's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Sweet.